Jay here for Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm live. I'm in the studio. You know what to do by now. You get involved in the comments and the chat and let us know what you think about all the latest Manchester United news. And if you've got any news, if you're proper ITK, then get involved and let us know about that as well. Loads of stories to get through this morning. First of all, apologies for being a little bit late. Technical issues. And the technical issues is that I was technically a bit late, but yeah, we're here now, so make sure you are joining us. If you've not done if you've not done already, subscribe to the channel. We want to get to 800,000 subscribers. With your support, we can do it. We're already on 700,000. Next stop, 800,000 plus as well. We're going to be in America this week. We fly out tomorrow. Adam McCall actually flies out today. The rest of us fly out tomorrow. So subscribe to the channel and you'll see all the great content we'll be doing from America. And if you are in America, if you are in New York or San Diego or Vegas or Houston, make sure you give us a shout because we'll be doing some events over there as well. And even if we're not doing events, you can still meet up with us. Loads of people in the comments in the chat already just saying hello. Let me just run through some of the people who have been commenting even already. Monique Havilar, Danny Jackson, Danny Ray. Who else have we got? Cosmic Caffeine. I like that. I see this. What's this? 1 minute. Jay has accidentally packed his hairbrush for tour and we're digging it back out of the suitcase. Very funny there. Very droll from the producers, eh? Yes. P45 on its way. Danny Inns, Jacoya Trott, John Henry, Philip Collier, all the usual suspects saying hello. Ryan Turner, David Flanagan, always good to see all you lovely people. Hit that like button. Let's get to 300 likes. Right, let's talk about Andre Onana. Laurie Whitwell. We all know Laurie, friend of the channel. Did a tweet earlier and he's done a piece in The Athletic. Go and check them out if you've not done already. Saying Manchester United agree final fee with Inter for Andre Onana. Price is €51 million plus 4 million in add-ons. Talks between clubs completed last night. Onana now set for medical. Could be in Manchester or elsewhere. So that's pretty much done. We can count on that, I think, barring a disaster with the medical. And then we can look forward to seeing Andre Onana giving us all palpitations. But he looks like a great goalkeeper. Plays out from the back. We know all about him. Come on. We don't need to go over what he's about. I'm sure you've seen all the clips doing the rounds. Very, very different goalkeeper to David De Gea. Hopefully, he does a good job for Manchester United and can help us challenge for the top honours. I think it is going to be a bit of a bumpy ride, but I think it'll be one that is well worth it. Right. Let's talk about something else. Oh, actually, let's talk about a nice comment. I've always got time for them. If I can find it again, I've just lost it saying that. Yeah, Miller _95 MUFC. Hey Jay, fab interview last night with Matt. Deflating, but was really good. Yeah, Matt Slater from The Athletic, who's a bit of a sort of he's a good journalist when it comes to takeovers and things like that. That's what he covers for The Athletic. So he did a piece on the Glazers and why they've not sold yet. We sat down with him in this very studio yesterday and had a chat with him. Go and check that out. That's up on the channel. Witterbird says, when do you set off? I set off tomorrow afternoon. Myself, Joe, Steve, Adam McCall has already set off. Josh Waterhouse says, Jay, your head is extra shiny this morning. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed. Darren Cox says, evening from Oz, Jay. Evening to you, my brother. Should we talk about Rasmus Hojlund? So you can see there, it says, we can just scroll down a little bit. Sorry, I just wanted to read that headline. Man United are set to begin talks over striker Rasmus Hojlund with Atalanta this week after Andre Onana fee leaves room in the budget with hope a deal can be done for around 65 million. Now, initially, the reports coming out of Italy were that Atalanta wanted 86 million quid, I think it was. So that was like ridiculous for a player that, despite the fact he's a good young striker, he only scored 9 league goals last season. I don't mean to be disparaging about the kid, but you don't pay 86 million quid for someone who's still relatively unproven. However, 65 million, which is still a lot of money, it's closer to where United are probably going to be at. I think it's close enough for me that makes you think that could be a workable negotiation. If they want 86 million quid and United are saying we're going to give you 40, you're so far apart, it's almost pointless even having a chat because you're just too far apart, aren't you? But however, if they're saying like, well, 65 million and you're going 40, maybe up to 50, then you're not a million miles away. Now, what United have been doing so far this season with Mason Mount and with Andre Onana is the add-ons have bumped it up in a way that makes it feasible for both clubs. With Mason Mount, Chelsea wanted 55, 65 million, whatever it was, 60 million, I forget, forgive me. United wanted to pay 50, and I think they got to the place where it was around 55 million plus 5 million add-ons. So Chelsea can say, look, we got 60 million for him. United can say we only paid 55. Similar thing with Andre Onana. Inter wanted around 50 million. United wanted to pay around 40 million. You can say, okay, it's 45 or whatever plus add-ons. You sort of both save face. You're both getting a deal that you can almost go back to your fans or your board with and go, look, we got what we wanted on this one. So that kind of makes sense if United went, okay, let's say 50 million plus 10 million in add-ons. You can say you got 60 million for him, and we're like saying we only spent 50. It kind of works for everyone. That would make a lot of sense. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but there are reports indicating that it could be a way of that deal moving forward. Erik ten Hag obviously likes the kid, wants him. When you look at the striking options, one thing that stands out for me about Hojlund is the lack of other options that are out there that seem feasible. Harry Kane, for me, has got to Bayern Munich. I think that's going to happen. Gonzalo Ramos, I don't really, if that's gone a bit quiet on it, him going to United, he was linked with other moves elsewhere as well. I don't really see that one happening. Osimhen, not happening. That seems dead in the water. Then you look at others. Who else is there? Who else is there really that has been linked with Manchester United as a striker that you go, okay, United could be in for him? There's not many. I can't think of anyone. Some people mention Evan Ferguson. Not really. There's not been any talk of that. I think that's more fan-driven. Ivan Toney, he's on a ban till January. I'd have him in January, by the way, but he's on a ban till then, so you ain't getting him this summer. So there's not a lot going on in terms of strikers coming to Manchester United. Hojlund seems to be the main one. Now, that can cause its own problems because Atalanta can go, look, United want him. He's the only real target they got. We can play hardball. But they don't want to overplay their hand because they could get a good chunk of change for Rasmus Hojlund. Now, next season they might not. Next season, if he has a slightly underwhelming season, if he has an injury, or if United buy someone else or someone else is available next summer and United don't come back in for him and no one else really goes for him big time, then Atalanta may end up missing out. So this will be the right time, I think, for them to sell. Get involved in the comments. Let me know what you think. One sec. Excuse me. Right. I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Dennis Ross says, Kolo Muani, good point actually, I forgot about him, well made. Jay, tell us he's going to Saudi, says Miller95 MUFC. Christopher Thomas says, surely you can get Evan Ferguson for, oh, there we go. Exclusive, that's from Fabrizio Romano. Is this new? Has this just been tweeted? Yeah, thumbs up from producer Ethan. Al Nasser are closing in a deal to sign Alex Telles from Man United. Here we go soon. He's got to stop doing that, hasn't he? Here we go soon. There's verbal agreement now in place between the two clubs, waiting for the documents, check details. Al Nasser want both Seko Fofana and Telles to join in the next days. Jed's Dead Baby says 1+ with Hojlund is that with his age, there's the opportunity for Ten Hag to mould him into exactly the player he wants. I like that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one with Telles, isn't it? Didn't really work out for him at Manchester United, did it? To be honest with you, I had a couple of good moments, and he seems to have a decent rapport with the fans. And I was always, quite liked Alex Telles. Never thought he was at the levels that we needed. He seemed It seemed to be a little bit more about getting the best out of Luke Shaw than it did of bringing in a new left back. So yeah, I wish him well. Raymond Pearce says, are you happy Glazers are not selling? I'm not. No, neither am I. Walter Fonco says, would you take Morata? Not for me. Chris Sports of all sorts says, you all see Ronaldo's comments bashing the MLS yesterday. I think he's just playing a game there, and he didn't say the Saudi League is better than the MLS. Saudi League's obviously doing bits. Is it better than the MLS? Not for me. Let's talk about this Hojlund swap deal. This is in the Mirror. Man United giving definitive answer to audacious. Not very often you see audacious in a headline, is it? Rasmus Hojlund swap offer. Manchester United are looking to wrap up a deal for Andre Onana and will then increase their interest in Atalanta's Rasmus Hojlund, but the Italian club are proving a hard nut to crack. I mean, it's only early days, isn't it, with this old Hojlund thing? I think we've only just sort of sorted the Onana stuff out, so I don't think we need to panic yet. It says there, I think this article is talking about the swap deal. The idea of a player swap deal has been quickly turned down as per the Telegraph. I think there was talk one there that maybe United could send Mason Greenwood there as a potential loan move and we get Rasmus Hojlund in or whatever. It didn't seem like that was likely, to be honest with you. I never got the impression that we were going to see Mason Greenwood go to Atalanta or anyone go to Atalanta and that to bring Rasmus Hojlund over here. I think Atalanta want money for Rasmus Hojlund and they're going to get it. So, yeah, I understand why this story's come out because it's filling you in on what's going on. But, yeah, I never really felt like, oh, we're going to do a swap deal with Atalanta. You may disagree. Get involved in the comments and let us know what you think. Chris Davies says, question, do you invite guests sub onto the show? We always have guests on the show, 100%. Let's have a look. Madmate Gaydon says, come on, Jay, Arsenal are selling a young striker, Balogun, for 50 million. He scored 22 goals in 39 games, all comps last season. Great. People chatting about Mason Greenwood, that's another debate in it, and what's happening with them. We spoke about this with Webby yesterday. What's happening with him, sorry, we have to see what goes on there. I think the last time Erik ten Hag spoke about it, he said it wasn't his decision. I think it was the club's decision. There's this internal investigation going on, still not been resolved. It is dragging on a little bit. I do think the club needs to make a decision one way or the other. If not nothing more, for the manager to know what he's doing in terms of his squad and planning and all that stuff. David Thapper says, love from Nepal. Stoffer says, Tellez to Saudi. Yes, we've had that confirmed. Tellez is going to Saudi Arabia. We've just had a here we go soon from Fabrizio Romano. Jack Reynolds says, I think Hojlund is our first choice young striker. Still think Kane might happen. You're not alone. There's a few people that think there could be something going on there. I don't think Kane's going to come to Manchester United, but I have been wrong before, lots of times. RVN is a free agent, says Nico. RVN, the best striker ever. Shakespeare says, definitely loan him out to Italy for a season. Let the dust settle. I think he's talking about Mason Greenwood. Should we talk about Harry Maguire? There's this article, where's this from? Sky Sports. It says, West Ham among clubs monitoring Maguire's situation. West Ham came in with his loan offer or something, didn't they? Or they tested the water with a loan move for Harry Maguire. Yesterday, we saw them stories doing the rounds. Can't see that happening. Don't think that suits anyone. Well, it suits West Ham. It certainly doesn't suit Manchester United. I don't think loaning Harry Maguire is the right answer. I think if we are going to get rid of Harry Maguire, we need to sell him. So, yeah, a loan move for me, a big no-no. Harry Maguire, obviously, he's lost the captaincy. He probably wants a move, I'd expect anyway. He's, fourth choice centre-back? He's behind Tellez. He's behind Martinez. He's behind Varane. He's even behind Luke Shaw. Touch and go whether he's behind Victor Lindelof. I think you can argue either way there. But he's certainly not first team tackle, is he, Harry Maguire? So I expect him to move on this summer, especially with the Euros at the end of next season. He'll want a bit in Gareth Southgate's team. And I think if he has a full season of not playing for Manchester United, then he's not going to. I don't know he's definitely going to make that team because I know Gareth Southgate likes him, but I think that's something that could scupper his chances of playing in the Euros, and I think he does love playing for England. He'll want to play for England, so he may need to move on. That's my thoughts on it. Anyway, you may disagree. Toaza1 says, captain is Bruno, ? Kaffa Posse says, Jay, we need Paddock fan cams back. We sort of do like fan reaction stuff in vlogs and stuff, so we might do a little bit of that when we're on the tour as well. The thing with fan cams, we did a thing about it. It wasn't what it used to be, but we still give you opportunities to come on the channel in other ways. Least of all, sending in your score predictions. If you want to send in a score prediction for tomorrow's game, by all means do. Get your phone out, film yourself in landscapes, and send it to paddockmatchday@gmail.com. Just a little video, 30-second video of you giving us your score prediction for the game tomorrow afternoon. What else have we got here? Yeah, other people. Bossanova Brown says, if I'm on 250k per week, I'm going nowhere. Yeah, the wages for Harry Maguire are a bit of a sticky issue. Let's talk about. I was about to say let's talk about something else, but no, let's not. Shaky Spears says, Martial still hamstring injury. Yeah, Martial, something going on there. This is a problem we've got when it comes to a striker. You've got Anthony Martial, who's obviously got fitness issues. I don't think you can rely on him. Marcus Rashford obviously just signed a new deal. He can play down the middle, but you need an out-and-out striker. That's why there's been all this talk of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, what am I on about? Of Rasmus Hojlund, and it looks like there could be a little bit of a movement there. Manchester United at Atalanta, not a million miles away. Let us know what you think about that. Do you fancy Rasmus Hojlund? Does anyone know a lot about him? Because I see a lot of people chatting about him, but then I think, actually, how many people have watched him? How many people know this kid? I'm not saying, no one does, but it just feels like, I don't know, it feels like because we've sort of run out of options, everyone's going, oh yeah, we've got to get Hojlund. And then when I chat to other people, I'm like, have you seen much of him at Atalanta? What's he like? A lot of people are like, well, not really. And the stats can only tell you so much, can't they? I know he's a young lad. He's obviously got a great record for his country, and he's done well at Atalanta. But I don't think a lot of people have seen much of him. We'll probably need to do a bit of a dig there, and we can maybe chat to some people who've been watching him and get you sort of updated with just what he's about and how good he is, because it looks like he could be heading to Old Trafford. Get involved in the comments and the chat. Hit that like button as well. There's over 1,800 people watching. We haven't got to 300 likes. We want to get to 300 likes, people, so make sure you are hitting that like button. And also, we want to get to 800,000 subscribers on the channel. We've just hit 700,000, so with your support we can get to 800,000. I do want to thank you for all the support you've been giving us over the last 3 years since we took over on Stretford Paddock. It's been fantastic, and we're looking forward to going on the tour again. We were there last year, went to Thailand, went to Australia. Great response. Great to see so many Reds over there as well. And we'll be in America this week. We'll be heading to New York. We'll be over in San Diego, in Houston, and in Las Vegas as well. We'll be doing bits over there. There's a United Con. We're going to be involved in that. We're going to be doing a couple of other events as well. I'm looking forward to it. And I've had a lot of messages from people who are going to be over there as well. So we'll try and meet up with as many Reds as we can. Just finally as well, before I wrap up, someone got in touch. Emily Goodyear got in touch for a fella, Zach Barker. It's 2 years sober for Zach. And congratulations, anyone who watches the channel knows I'm, something I talk about quite a lot. I'm 9 years sober. I'm not trying to, dismiss someone who's 2 years sober or show off or anything like that. But well done to Zach, and thanks Emily for getting in touch. So yeah, congratulations, brother. Keep going one day at a time. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you to everyone who got involved in the chat and the comments. We'll be back later on. We've got the preview for tomorrow's game. Manchester United, of course. The pre-season is well underway. Then we're going to be going to America as well. So you can look forward to loads of great content for that front as well. We're going to have myself, Adam McCullough, Stephen Howson, Joe Smith, all over there. We're going to be doing previews, going to be doing podcasts, going to be doing interviews. We're going to be doing a lot. We're going to be speaking to a lot of journalists, ex-players, hopefully some current players as well. So make sure you are subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on any of that. I've been Jay Motty. This has been the Paper Talk live from the studio. Thanks for watching.